Hello friends and welcome back to another video. In the previous video, I told you how to sort values in your data table or data file using Pandas. So in this video, I am going to show you that how you can add or remove a column using Pandas. So first of all, let's check out the first 5 rows of our data. So for that, I will write print df.head 5. Run the code and you guys can see here we get the first 5 rows. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sum of sales and create an entire column. I will show you how. So for that I must know the name of the columns. So I will write here print df.columns and run the code. You guys can see here that after the 5 rows we get the name of the columns. Now the columns that I will use that are sales are NA sales, EU sales, JP sales, other sales and global sales. Now I will take the sum of these columns and create an entirely new column. So for that let's remove these two print statements and now I will write df in the square brackets the name of the column that you want to make. For example, I want to make a new column with the name of sum sales and sum sales is equal to df and the name of the columns that you want to add. I want to add NA sales plus and now I will copy this as I want to use it again and again. So copy it and paste it 5 times. Now we can change the name of the columns in the square brackets. So these are NA sales, EU sales, copy and paste, JP sales, again copy and paste, other sales, and now the final global sales. Now what it will do, it will add all the numeric values and create a new column. Let me show you how. Now if I run the code, you will see that nothing will happen. So for that, let's create a print statement. I will write here print df.head 5. Run the code and you guys can see here that we get the first 5 rows and you guys can see that at the right hand side of the table we get a new column which is sum sales that we have just created. Now I want to print out some columns, for example NA sales, EU sales, JP sales, other sales, global sales and the sum sales that we have just created. So I will write here df double square brackets and inside the name of the columns separated by commas. So now if I run the code, you guys can see here that we get the first 5 rows of the columns that I have just selected. Now if I take the first row, it gives me NA sales, EU sale, JP sale, other and global sale of the first game. Let me add another column which is sum sales. So after running the code, you guys can see here that we get all the columns of sales and at the end the sum of the sales. To verify that the sum is right, we can also calculate it. Now let's do a quick calculation. And you guys can see here that the sum sales in the first row is matching with the calculation that we have just done. Now if I want to remove this column from my data table, I will simply remove this line. And if I run the code now, you guys can see that all the things are back to normal. But if I want to drop anything additional, like here I have other sales, I don't need it, so I will drop it or remove it. So to drop or remove a column in the data table, we have to do is we have to set a variable similar to the name of the data frame. So I will write here df equals to df dot drop, and in the empty parentheses columns equal the name of the column that you want to drop. In my case it is other sales, so I will write here other sales, and after running the code you guys can see that other sales column is dropped or removed from the data set. And if I comment this line out, you guys can see that other sales is back. So in these ways you guys can add or remove a column from your data set. So that's it for today guys. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again in the next video.